Hello, you're about to listen to this week's episode of Sofa Cinema Club. Just before we get started, this is your reminder to go and follow or subscribe to us wherever you are listening to this podcast. All the support is greatly appreciated. Now, it's time to enjoy this week's episode. Hello and welcome back to Sofa Cinema Club. I'm Colson Smith, and as always, I'm joined by
Jack P. Shepherd.
Ben Wayne.
Not Ben Batman.
No, Ben Wayne. I'm undercover.
I thought you might go Ben Lego or Lego Ben.
Ben Lego. It's not a surname.
Lego
It's not
Ben
a character.
All right, the Sofa Cinema Club is our podcast where
Ben
we get
Shining.
together to educate each other on films. Now it is all about the films we should have seen, but we haven't. Each week we set a film for the other to watch, and then we come into studio and we talk about what we loved, hated and rated about the film. Now the beauty of our film club is that anyone can join in. All you have to do is watch along with the film at home and then join us every Thursday to find out what we thought. This week's film has been chosen by you guys at home, the audience, and it is, of course, the classic Lego Batman. But before we get into talking all things Lego Batman, as always, how's your week been? What have you been up to? By the way, was that okay? Because last week, a lot of comments about me reading it too fast.
Who said that? Who said that? You're doing this classic social media. Everyone would be one. Your mum.
Yeah.
And then someone else, one of your mates would have commented on a TikTok or a thing.
A couple of the audience were like,
Two.
I thought I was playing it on like double speed because Colson spoke so quick.
Two.
It might have only been one person, actually.
One out of the hundreds.
It's just because it's muscle memory and you know it, so you're saying it and you're not even thinking about it now.
Wouldn't worry, wouldn't
See,
worry.
it's the pressure of Jack wanting an early finish.
You
That's
know
why.
what the podcast's about. Yeah, everyone knows what it's about.
So, what have you been up to this week?
I have an animal encounter.
Oof, you're treading on Ben's toes there.
I know,
like
yeah.
it. I
Now,
like
there's
it.
a few animals involved.
Dr. Dolittle stuff.
Yeah.
Hello.
So, where I live, there's like a little marina.
Like a fucking boat arena.
Yeah.
Marina.
For barges. Is it little barges going through locks and canals and stuff like that.
They could just-
But there's like a little marina where they're there and
It's going to involve geese.
it does involve geese. That's one of the animals.
I like
yeah.
that. I like that.
Yeah.
So we're talking aquatics.
Yes, the geese are always there. Basically, we're walking the dogs, right, around that marina. Me and my girlfriend were walking the big girls, that's what we call them. Even though they're not big, they're all fucking small.
They're still teacups.
Yeah, but it's the two biggest.
The biggest of the smalls.
Exactly. Biggest of the small.
Got you. We're with you.
The two little ones we leave at home because
Too tired.
They can't be arsed. They hardly ever walk anywhere. They always ask to be picked up.
Yeah.
So the two big girls will walk. Anyway, this is going off topic, but we're walking the big girls. So
Yeah.
it's Baby,
Yeah.
who's my chihuahua,
Yeah.
and Ariel, who's the Maltipoo,
Yeah.
which is a cross between a Maltese and a poodle.
A Malteser.
A Maltese.
A Maltese.
You got a dog called Biggie Smalls and a dog called Malteser is all I've heard so far.
I said Ariel. It's a cross between.
Earlier you said Biggie Smalls.
I said,
Big of the small. Big of the small. Not Biggie
Smalls.
Smalls. Have you called your dog Biggie?
I said
Big
it's
of
the biggest
small.
of the small.
The one on the left, Biggie Smalls, and the one on right, Malteser.
Imagine, that's Tupac, that's Eminem, Snoop Dogg.
So you got the dogs out.
Right.
Yes.
Dogs are out,
Yeah.
Ariel and Baby. Now, Baby's steady as you like. She
Yeah.
won't say boo to a goose.
Yeah.
Ariel, however, she's a bit mad.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, she's part poodle,
Ah.
so she's a bit off.
Yeah.
Right? So we're walking around, blah, 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 and you have to do like this little halt thing.
Yeah.
You have to if she's going to kick off, you have to sort of like stamp your foot on the
Yeah.
floor, and it gets her attention, and then she knows you mean business then.
Yeah.
She saw some pigeons. Now, there were some kids that were feeding the pigeons.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I don't like that because I think if you feed pigeons, you feed fucking rats.
Do you think rats are the sky? Are you?
Well, they
one of
are,
them?
aren't they?
I'm
You
not-
never
I'm
see a
not-
baby pigeon
Bread.
either, do you?
That is true. You never see a baby. Do you know what? Some point in that
We've
you never
got
see a baby pigeon.
We've got doves, and they are nice. They look like pigeons,
Doves.
but
you
they're
taking the
doves.
piss because it's down south.
No, we have in the garden.
You don't have pigeons.
We've only got doves.
We don't have pigeons.
There is one fat pigeon, and I hear him when he lands on my Velux windows. You hear him
Doing his shit.
He's massive.
Massive shit.
Massive
How'd you clean those windows?
I haven't had to yet.
Is it just like Dulux white paint or
Bluff.
Well, they've not done it yet. They've only done it on roof.
Bombs away.
But what happens when they do shit on the glass?
Oh, you've got to
Yeah,
get it
you're
off
fucked.
rapid as well, because if you leave it on for the sun
you're
to get it, that's 6 months. That's ingrained.
Yeah, that's it.
No.
Done.
Yeah. Anyway,
We're getting off topic.
pigeons
we are.
being
Kids are
fed.
feeding
Yeah.
pigeons.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not
So-
a fan.
No, I mean,
No. Yeah.
So Hanny comes up with this
Yeah.
good idea. She says, "Let Ariel off the lead. If you let Ariel off the lead, she'll go for him."
Yeah.
Right.
Will she come back when
Yeah.
she's got? Oh, right.
But she'll go for the pigeons.
Yeah.
She won't go to bite.
Yeah.
She'll just fucking chase them.
Yeah.
If a pigeon's chased, what does it do?
Flies away.
Flies away. Scatters.
Yeah.
She runs into the middle.
Yeah.
And the pigeons piss
Yeah.
off everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny. We
Yeah.
laugh. People laugh.
Kids
Kids are
cry.
crying. Kids crying.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
And then after she's done the pigeons,
Yeah.
she's got the scent for it then. And she sees the geese.
They don't move.
They don't like
No,
it, do they?
and they also are aggressive.
Yeah.
Especially
they can be.
it's this time of year. It's that early summer.
Right.
They've got young. They're aggressive.
2 geese sat by the edge, right, of the canal. Ariel sees them
Biggie Smalls and Maltese.
and she stalks them like a lion, right,
Oh.
in the grass. And she runs at them.
They don't move.
No, they fucking do. They fell in. Right? They fell in the canal. So they went in, splash, and
Yeah.
they're in, yeah?
Yeah.
Funny, I'm laughing. I'm going, Ariel, Ariel, like that.
Yeah.
So everybody's head's turning. Seeing Ariel scare these 2 geese in the canal.
Yeah.
They're in,
Yeah.
yeah? They're getting wet and
Yeah.
everything. And so I'm going, ha 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 ha. And then she fucks up Ariel.
She falls in.
No, she sees a swan.
Oh.
Right? She sees a swan.
Tell you what, she's
She's
done
got
well.
cocky.
She's gone
She's
up the
got
ranks.
cocky.
She's gone
She's gone up the ranks. She's gone UK with the pigeon. Then
Yeah.
she's gone to Europe.
Yeah.
And then she's gone for the world title
Yeah,
fight.
she has. So she sees the swan at the back.
and wants to now get to the top of the pecking order.
Now, the swan's sort of like on this like little bit of a slope, little
Yeah.
bit of this hill.
Swan's like the ultimate boss in it. You know,
Yeah.
final level
Yeah,
of a
yeah,
video
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Swan's
End
that-
boss.
Yeah,
End
end
boss.
boss.
Swan would break your arm, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's the legend.
That's the legend.
Yeah, it
Have you
is.
ever met anyone who's had their arm broke? But no, I haven't either. How'd you break your arm, Swan? Ooh,
true.
the worst.
You wait for my animal encounter to follow up with this.
So the swan is at the back on this like
Yeah.
little hill.
Yeah.
So Ariel's got to go up the hill
Yeah.
to scare the swan. But-
Yeah.
So she
She's not
does. So
thought
she
it
goes,
through.
rah, 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 and she goes up, and the swan thinks, "Fucking what?" And he stood up, did this swan, and his wings came out,
Yeah.
and he ran down the hill towards Ariel,
Shit it.
and Ariel shit her pants, because they're big.
They're massive.
They put those
I
wings
would.
out.
I would.
Massive.
Yeah. And he came running towards her and he wasn't stopping. And Ariel had to retreat and come back to us, and Swan were like, "Yeah, fuck off."
Yeah,
little dog."
you have that. Have
Yeah.
that.
But it was just funny how it was a little animal encounter, like
3,
within-
2, 1.
Yeah, within like 10 minutes, she went through the whole pack.
The food chain. She
the
went
end-
through.
she
She
ended
went
up
through
in
the
the Swan.
food chain.
the end boss defeated her.
Yeah,
boss.
she
Yeah.
lost. Back
Yeah.
She
restart.
needs
back
to
to
go
level
away,
one.
think about herself.
I went on a long run last weekend, and basically I'd planned it out because I had to do 32k. It was like my last long one, and I was running from Cass, and I kind of thought, well, I just stick to the river because then I know where I am. So I was like, I run the river into Wakey, I run back, done, sorted. I'm running along a planned route that if I don't do this route, I don't know what happens to it distance. Yeah, there's a swan in there. It won't let me pass, and I can't get past, and it's massive, and it was aggressive, and it was.
Oh yeah, they do that. Yeah,
And I was like, I don't know what to. I've had to pause my watch.
Oh,
I'm like, what do I do here? Because what do I do? How do I get around this swan?
I'd pick some up and throw it at
run
it.
fast.
I fought everything, and I had to turn around, run back, get off the river onto the road.
You're joking?
Run through a
Did you have a
town.
water bottle that you could squirt at it?
I don't think it would have reacted.
Fucking would have done.
I had to run.
Then, yeah, go on. Oh, I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm not. Fuck
No,
off.
honestly, they are. If you ask me, probably biggest fear of animals, they're up there. They're nasty. They are nasty.
I don't know. I've told that story though about meeting the rattlesnake. That
Yeah,
was pretty
on a
bad.
walk.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. I would have said that's up there.
The reindeer. We
did meet a
which is
reindeer.
as dangerous as a tiger.
As a tiger, same license. Got to have the
yes.
same license.
Is it 9?
Was it level 9? Is that
I think
what
it was 9.
Level 9 license. So you
Yeah.
had to run back to York? Had to run round York.
I had to run from Altofts back to Cass to run back through Altofts to get on the river the other side of Altofts. And then I changed my route on the way back because I was like, I'm not chancing it. I'm not
That is
chancing
there.
Does
this
it
one
tell
being
you
gone.
at the end of it, had you done 60 miles?
No, I hadn't done that far, but no.
Big detour.
I'd like that though if you had. Cool, I've done 2 marathons.
I've
got so
bloody
scared.
gone miles all to avoid a swan. But yeah, so basically rivers are off limits now.
At this time of year.
Yeah, it's when they've got young, which fair enough, but don't be bastards about it.
There's some geese that have little chicks.
They're bastards.
Little yellow chicks.
Yeah.
And they're fucking shite parents. They
What's the
fucking
difference?
disappear.
What's
it's
the
like they had
difference?
7.
Yeah.
We went next day, they had 4. Next day, they had 1, and then none. I don't know what the fuck happens
They've
to
gone
them.
off, haven't they?
Or,
They've just flown off.
Or they weren't different.
A swan looks more beautiful than a goose, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They
yeah.
all look fucking
Yeah.
nasty bastards to me.
They do. It's when they stick their little tongue out. Have you seen
What?
that?
I've seen that. Oh, yeah. You don't want to muck around
They're
with them.
nasty.
You don't want to muck around.
They are
yeah.
nasty. There's been tube stations in London that are shut because of it before, aren't there?
What, because
Is
geese
there?
have got on the tube?
aggressive geese on the platform. It's true. It's
Where have they come up from?
Where? South Ken? I think he's made that up.
I
That's
am.
a London. He said, and in London, it's dangerous, careful.
Yeah,
You get geese on the track.
I'm just
train.
telling you what I know. Anyway, we've just covered the birds and the bees there through geese. Ben, weekend, much happen?
Road rage.
From you?
Oh.
Motorway.
From you or from someone else?
Quite bad. Attempted stop on the motorway. You know, when you see those things and it's like police camera action, you think, I do a lot of driving and you don't really see those things, do you? Everyone's got a webcam thing.
Yeah,
but you don't
dash cam
see
footage.
many chases, do you?
No.
I can't think of any chases I've seen where someone's going, oh, they're getting chased by the police, whatever.
My dad, in his retirement, sits in the lounge on YouTube watching dashcam footage UK.
does he?
Just watch this
Does
montage.
he?
And to be fair, we used to do it at work, didn't we? Do you remember?
No.
We used to stick
Yeah,
around the
yeah.
computer
Me and
at
you
work.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
They're quite good.
You just get invested,
But
don't
if you run one of those ones where you know something's going to come up, but if you weren't, you'd be hours watching it, wouldn't you?
Oh no, it's like montage clipped
Okay,
together.
yeah,
And you're like, oh, see that the cut up there.
yeah.
They're great.
So I was driving, and it's where the M5 turns into the M6, and it goes all a bit split off and a bit like drag racy and whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm steady away as a driver. No big moves. We're just no big moves. We're not over fast. We're not over slow. We're just steady Eddie.
Yeah.
And this car absolutely piles past me on the inside, so not on the outside, on the
right,
inside.
okay. Is it
Pulls
undercut?
right in front of me.
Undertake.
All the lanes.
Ooh.
Then there's another car on the far lane, and he pulls right in front of this car.
Oh, he's in a bit of a rush.
He's in a bit of a rush, and he's decided to pull in front of this other. So I was like, a bit like,
You weren't hogging the middle lane.
no, I'm on the. It separates. The road separates.
So it's going a different direction.
So it's going 3 lanes one way, 3 lanes the other,
okay.
and I'm in the middle one, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to move
Yeah.
over. So I think, I got it. I know it. He's missed the turn off.
Right.
He's crapped it. He's missed the turn off. I can see this hand. Anyway, window comes down, sees his hand, giving the old V's, the old flicking the V's,
To you?
swerving. No,
to someone else.
To someone else. So I'm like, what's going on? So there's a woman in this other car, in this Audi, and he's giving the V's, but he's swerving over the motoway. So it's proper, because he's giving the V's, so he obviously can't do
drive
V's and drive.
Tough
that's-
skill.
It is
Tough skill.
tricky.
I've never tried it, but he's doing that anyway.
Yeah.
So I think, okay, this isn't great, but this will just we're stopping.
Keep my
innit?
distance,
So I'm
keep my
pulling
distance.
back.
Yeah.
I'm
Let
pulling
him-
back.
let him carry it, let
But he's
him go.
swerving all over the motorway. He stops.
What?
He goes to stop in the 3rd lane of the motorway. Like, I'm like, oh, this is really bad. This is like, no. You keep driving on the
Yeah, yeah,
motorway.
yeah.
You don't do I'm braking right down to 40, 30, 20. Because you know when you're braking on the motorway, other people are driving
they're
at
not-
60 or
yeah,
70.
yeah,
they're not
yeah,
going,
they're not
oh, the
braking.
guy's
Yeah.
flicking V's at someone.
Yeah.
I better slow down.
Especially
Yeah.
if he's in the outside lane. Someone could be coming through at 90.
Yeah, he's in the outside lane.
No. No one's coming through at 90 in the outside lane.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
outside lane you would be, yeah. Wait, how do you drive?
Hang on.
Inside lane. Oh, here we
Inside-
go.
yeah. Oh, okay,
Do you know
so
what I mean? He's on the
you an
the
undertake.
overtake.
Yes.
lane.
Yeah.
So he's on. They've gone out to the
Do
overtake
you call it
lane.
the overtake lane?
Yeah. You overtake
That's a
people.
proper like childish thing to call.
Oh, is it?
Onto the overtake.
The
Anyway, it's on the
overtaking
third lane. The
The
overtake.
outside. The scenic route.
He's out there, but it's got quite bad. So I'm like, I need to be master of the road here. I need to start slowing everyone
Went out.
down.
Hazards.
No, I
No,
don't
no.
go hazards. I don't do that.
I
Not
love-
for a bit.
But it's
I-
happening fast, Cole.
You love to push. You love
I
that.
love a fucking
you?
sick. And do you know what else I love? You know when there's a lane shut, yeah, and people are still driving in the lane to cut in. I've got quite a big car, and I love sitting in between both.
Oh, I do that.
No, that's stupid because that's how you meant to drive it.
No, when it's X and
Yeah.
it's shut,
It basically
and if
says-
people are still going for it, I say
then
fuck
cutting at the
'em.
end,
So
and
I
I
will
go in
sit in the
both.
middle.
No,
And
but
all
you're
the
meant to
lorries-
merge like that.
All the lorries wave at me. They all go great.
You're meant
work,
to merge.
At
great
least
work."
someone's
No,
doing it.
At
you're
least
meant to
someone's
merge
taking-
3 into 2. You're meant to.
You're not.
You are.
If it's at red
You-
X,
you
when
merge
it's red
earlier.
X, you stop.
Merge earlier.
You should not
No,
be
but
driving in that lane.
when it gives you that 3 lanes into 2,
That's fine.
you're meant to use all 3.
But as
and
soon
then
as
go
it
into
goes to
2.
red X,
Who are
if
you?
someone's still cutting
You're
in,
a policeman in
I'm
real
highway
life.
code. I
Highway code.
am PC Craig Tinker.
Craig Tinker. Well, you needed to
Right,
be there.
we're
for
getting
the-
off topic
anyway,
here. Eddie up.
I'm glad that you do the same
Yeah, I do
anyway.
the same.
So I'm like watching, V's still going on, window down. And then I'm like, oh, this is a bit more serious now. We're into a bit of, are we going to have to stop? We're doing like 10. And then I'm like, oh, this is quite bad now. Then the lad next to me, you know, when suddenly you out of nowhere you make friends with someone.
Yeah.
Looks at me, gives me the eyes, and goes,
Like,
"What's going on? What's going
pulls
on?"
his arms
And I'm
out
like, well,
as
I don't know. Like I'm always in these positions. Like I don't know. Like
You were here first.
Come on. You seem to know what you're doing. No, I don't. I've never
You
been on
slowed
the
right
motorway
down.
and someone slowed right down. I've done this a million times. I look at my other left, and there's someone in a little Fiat, and they go, "What's going on?" They look at me, "What's going on?" But we form this really weird line.
Are going at one speed to let them sort
Like,
it out.
to sort
We're
of like
letting them
carry on
Well, those
and
two
set it-
carry
yeah.
on. So I'm thinking it's all one-way traffic. I've got it in my head how the story's gone with the car flicking the V's and the other car behind. The other car behind suddenly puts on the sees him go to Paul, power on, gives it the full burn on the
get away
motorway to
from
get away. And I'm like, oh wow, this is like it's like watching a film.
Yeah, like a drag race.
Like a drag
Yeah.
race. Full rubber burn. And off. And then I'm like, oh, what's going to happen? So we're all watching like the cinema. I look right and he's going, what's going to happen? I look left, the Fiat's going, what's going to happen? What do we do? I said, well, just keep driving. The road
Slowly
splits.
increase speed.
Yeah, slowly increase speeds, but the road splits. So I'm thinking, I know what I
might
know
go
what they're
off.
going to do. They're going to pretend which way to go off.
So they avoid each other.
So they avoid each other.
Basically, one's chasing the other, would you suggest?
Yes. Yeah. And it's got into a police chase situation, but they're just normal. I mean, who knows what could
were
have
the
gone
history
on
behind
for
it
it to
was?
be that bad that they're stopping the motorway. And then they do this full-on chase thing, and then one goes over the chevron back. They were fine. They
What?
split up. Oh, yeah, it got full earth in the air, chevrons. Then they both
Earth.
You know,
in
if
the
you go,
air.
you know,
I do know
you go in the
exactly
middle of a
what you
chevron.
mean.
capside.
It's like,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
it's like suddenly we're in a dust bowl and we're all behind. And I'm like, this is like
Mad
some kind of-
Max.
Mad Max is like some virtual reality. And I'm like, God, this is crazy. What are they going to do? Because one way is the M6 toll, so that's a full-on motor. That's a
just
drag
a
race.
drag race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
a full. That's a clear road. You're gone. Merc goes wrong way. Audi goes the other.
Split up.
Split
Done.
up. But then,
And then no more
But we're
story.
still in a line.
Yeah.
I've not known.
So they've
what's
gone, and
happened.
then look to the right. They go, whoa!
Whoa,
Look,
that's-
they go, whoa! What was that all
Who-
about?
Who speeds up first?
I just gave it the let's go full away.
Let's
No, I
go.
just let's get up to speed.
Disband.
But I've never seen that in all my years of driving. I have never seen someone really, really dangerous. But anyway, we were fine.
Yeah.
All three of us do quite a lot of motorway driving.
Yeah.
What is your biggest pet peeve? What's the thing that really gets you the most? So Jack's good at this, Ben. So if for example Jack was to cut someone up or something like that, and someone was to like go, "Oh, fuck off," or beep, Jack just looks and goes, "Fair play." Like if someone ever had road rage with you, you'd acknowledge it and be like, yeah, fair enough.
I'm quite steady now. When I was a kid, probably like 17, 18, might have been a bit of road rage or whatever, but I quite like it if someone tries to cut me up in a way, because they've found a gap. They've found a gap and they've got in, and I go, oh, sneaky that, I like it. So I don't mind it in a way.
So you wouldn't ever be...
No, because I think, yeah, come on, you found a gap. That's
you ever
fine.
driven in LA?
No.
They push in front of you, then they indicate.
After they do it.
After they do it.
Yeah.
As if to say, oh, no one lets you in. No one lets you in. So unless you do that, you can't get in.
Right.
So it turns into a kind of huge drag...
Yeah.
What's your biggest pet peeve behind the wheel?
People are my biggest one, actually. People.
What?
People walking...
Pedestrians?
Pedestrians walking in front of the road. Because I'm in the city centre. So I'm used to... And the Deliveroo bikes, who... They don't wait at red lights.
See what I saw?
They don't wait at red lights.
Have you been behind an Amazon
yes, the
lorry?
little trolley.
It's a bike.
The little trolley,
yeah.
I was like, what kind of magic is this?
I don't mind them in a way
In
because
Trafford Industrial Estate?
they can't get through gaps.
Yeah.
So the bikes, the guys on the
But I thought
push
it was
bikes,
a truck, so I was thinking, why is he going so slowly?
It's like a... It's for
they
those...
come up the one-way streets.
For those people who haven't
on the
seen,
side,
they're almost like a bike.
mini lorry.
A bike crossed with a UPS van.
Yeah.
That's their kind of shape.
He's
isn't
got
it?
a lot of parcels in there.
Yeah, they're impressive. I was on a run the other day from work, and I must have seen it must have been like 10 o'clock or whatever, and there must have been 50 Amazon.
Oh,
vans,
really?
just constant.
There must be
everything.
a thing there.
There's a big Amazon depot in there, so there was all.
So what's your pet? You must have a pet peeve, or you
to
would
ask the question? I hate it when people flash you.
What to say? You can go.
No, try and get. If you're in outside lane,
On you speeding, and it's nothing to do with them. Or,
and if they're fucking grates me.
What do you mean?
So
as in if they're just flashing in for going too fast or
no,
To pull over?
No, so if you're
sitting there at like 40.
No, so say you're in the outside lane,
Yeah.
you've got, let's say you're doing 70 and the car in the middle lane is doing 68 and you are overtaking that car, yeah? I hate it when someone comes behind you and starts flashing you. It's like, well, I can't fucking move over until I've finished my overtake, can I?
Oh, I think that's
Winds
because
me up.
that's the kind of car you're driving, though. I think that elicits that response. Your car looks like a kind of boy racer car.
Does it?
Mine doesn't elicit that response ever. I've never had anyone come up behind me and
I
flash me.
hate it. It really gets me.
Do you
people
get it a
flash.
lot?
It's because I'm a good driver.
No one flashes good drivers.
No
one
Colson
goes, he's
Colson's
very good.
Colson.
Flash.
He's one of the best drivers I've ever seen. Get out of the way.
I am.
Flash him now.
Never, ever indicated on a roundabout. We went past that roundabout to the gym and you went, I don't know why, but people keep beeping at me. And I said, maybe it's because you don't indicate and you cross lanes.
Yeah.
I remember you followed me to Trafford Centre once and you were like, your indicators are broken. I'm like, are they?
But you exit on a roundabout in wrong lanes.
No,
So
I don't.
you do. So if you're
And you
going
don't
around the
signal.
roundabout, you'll pull right across and go in the left. It's like, if there's a car there, you're done.
I don't.
You're
My mum listens to this podcast.
No wonder you're getting flashed.
No, I'm a very. I have driven since the age of 17 on the busiest motorway.
we all have. No
we
shit,
all
Sherlock. Most of the people in the UK have. I've been driving.
I've been driving since I was 17.
I've driven the world every week.
And I'm only 25.
And I'm 17 and a half.
To clarify, I'm very good at driving. I use my indicators and I always stay in the right lane. Anyway,
Anyway.
I think it's worth noting that this is probably the most up-to-date we have ever recorded in our history, isn't it?
Yeah,
because
night before.
Currently 8:35 p.m. on the Wednesday, the 24th, and this episode comes out at 4 a.m. on Thursday.
4 or 5, yeah.
Crikey, Henry's going to be up for a while.
Yeah.
So a big shout out to producer Henry, innit?
Yeah,
He's
putting
probably
we had
won't go
some
to
mic
sleep.
issues.
We've had a lot of issues.
We had
Also, I know we've spoken about before, our studio is extremely warm, but the aircon turned off at 8 o'clock, didn't it, Jack?
Yeah.
And it is getting
It's
warmer
getting warm.
and warmer and warmer.
So let's get on with the film. Let's go.
Let's get on with the film. And as I said earlier, this week's film has been chosen by the audience at home, and it is Lego Batman, which famously swung to victory, beating Casablanca.
Who could see that?
What other podcast could you ever say that had happened?
Them two in a final.
Yeah. So whenever we have an audience choice, we get a member of the audience onto the podcast to give us their synopsis. And this week is no different. It is a turn of Luke Goodrum from Norwich.
Oh, hello.
Luke also travelled up from Norwich.
Did he?
For the live show.
Well done, Luke.
The recent one.
Luke. Good work.
He says he has been a fan of the podcast since the first series. And this is Luke's take on his synopsis for Lego Batman.
Hi guys, just wanted to start off by saying me and my mate were the ones who came up from Norwich the other week to watch your live show, which was just absolutely mint, so thank you all so much for a wonderful evening. Lego Batman is about Batman trying to stop the city from being taken over from the Joker, who claims to be Batman's greatest ever enemy. Throughout this movie, we meet other villains Batman has overcome and defeated in his past, and we learn more about the man behind the mask. With Alfred the Butler, an orphan named Richard, and a new Commissioner Chief on the scene, Barbara, Batman must decide on whether to save the city with his allies or to try and take it all on his own. Thank you so much for having me on and looking forward to what you guys think of the movie. Cheers.
Cheers, Luke.
I'd go as far as say that's possibly the best synopsis we've ever had.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because he paid us a compliment before he
No,
started?
nothing to do with that.
Fuck all to do with that. It's actually a decent synopsis.
Yeah.
He got everything in.
He did
Didn't
get everything
overblow
in.
it.
No.
He did.
He got everything. And he also...
He listed characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said about... He's basically... And said,
He's
and
thought
Batman's
about that.
compromise.
He's thought about that.
Do you reckon
He's thought
do you
about-
reckon
yeah,
it-
he's
do you reckon
fucking written out in
it
front- of
down?
course he
I
has.
think
It's on
he's
his
got it
fucking
down.
I'll tell you what,
Under.
he's got ChatGPT to do.
Yeah, of course he has.
That's very good.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, the best we've had.
You going best synopsis we've had?
Best synopsis we've ever had.
Yeah.
It was good. He half stuttered in. He got sort of like a bit like.
But at least that proved he wasn't a robot.
Yep.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm doing it now. Might as well just keep
I think
going.
halfway through he thought, "Oh, okay, here I'm doing it."
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Well, Luke, you're on, and you've got big praise there from Jackie P. Big praise. Lego Batman. As Luke said, it's a tale that we all know. Batman versus Joker.
I watched it with Star, and I felt like a bit of a superhero.
Great opening.
Great opening.
That fucking
The play.
the black. Every superhero movie starts with black
Oh,
screen.
the voiceover.
Yeah.
Warner
Bros. Or
It,
Brothers.
it was almost
That's
a bit,
obviously Will Arnett just riffing on.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
almost a bit Deadpool-esque with the social commentary of Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. I remember my wife said we'd seen it. We took the kids, and I said, "Did we like it?" She said, "Yeah, we did quite like it." But I remember as it started, actually, there's a lot more in there for adults than I remember. Loads more.
It's just a funny film.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole quotes with Michael Jackson and
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah. It's completely written for adults.
Yeah.
That.
But I remember the kids loving it.
What was that film that we watched recently that was an animation?
Over the Hedge.
Over the Hedge.
Over the Hedge.
That's what I was saying.
Didn't have
It
enough.
had nothing for
No,
adults, and
no.
it's 50% of your audience.
Yeah. Especially
So
when
that's
you go
why
with
Lego
kids.
Batman is.
It doesn't take itself very seriously. It's quite dry, isn't it? You know, the bit in the...
When the Joker stops the plane, he goes, "I'm here to take over the city." No,
He
you're
goes, Batman's going to stop.
not.
Yeah.
Well, no, I am. I'm going to take over the city.
But even the pilot...
He always stops you.
He always stops you. Oh, the light's not working. Oh, dear.
The pilot's opening lines of, "Hello, is that Gotham Airport? Are we allowed to take X amount of bombs across the air?" Just letting you know. And they're like, looking around, yep, that's fine. It's like...
It's
it
very good. It's
doesn't
very
take-
funny.
yeah.
No, it doesn't take it. It's realised it's got a market. It's got a good market, and seeing through what you'd think it would be quite a dry film. Lego Batman could be quite dry, like Over the Hedge.
The Lego movies started historically when?
With the Lego movie, wasn't
was the
it?
first
I think
ever
it was
one.
like 2016, maybe.
So they're quite
maybe
a
little bit
recent
before.
venture.
Yeah, and Batman played a character in that film.
Okay.
Which was where he sort of shot to fame because he was a standout character in that film.
Playing Batman.
Playing Batman,
but
in
he
the Lego
was
movie.
just a bit off compared to the rest
He
of
was
them.
a bit. I sort of liken his character to a bit of a Johnny Bravo. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember the cartoon Johnny Bravo?
No.
It was like, hoo, yeah, I'm so good looking.
Yeah.
Do you know he had the blonde, tall hair,
I know what you mean.
sunglasses?
I know what you mean.
Massive body.
Yeah.
You thought he was drop dead gorgeous
Yeah.
to everyone.
Ha!
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
Jack
take
Frost.
that.
Yeah.
It's a bit more cartoony Batman.
Yeah.
Than
Yeah.
the films that we'd use.
Yeah.
Thinking
isn't
he's
it?
super cool,
Yeah.
but he's such a dick.
Yeah.
and,
Such a dick.
and everyone can see it apart from him.
Yeah.
So, as Luke said in a synopsis, the kind of tale is the Joker trying to take over. And the Joker basically wants to be Batman's number one enemy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he
There's a
already
kind of
thinks he is.
There's a kind of love story,
And
but
he is,
Batman
of course
can't
he
show him
is.
any love. Ray Fiennes is.
Alfred with,
Alfred.
with the fucking
Is he?
the cap on, the bald cap on the
So that's what I was.
Isn't it brilliant?
That's what I want to ask you,
Brilliant.
Jack.
Yeah.
How do you make a Lego movie?
What?
How do you make a Lego movie? Is it just animation? Is it just because
Well,
they
it
move?
was.
They move.
What you're
Like, they
seeing-
move like Lego characters.
Yeah, but
what
it's-
it would have been initially would have been stop motion, but it's not now.
but it's not. Is it?
That's
'Cause
why
it's
you see
fat.
them jerking like
Yeah.
that. Because Lego,
They're still giving it that.
They
feel
still
as
give it
though-
that
but it
feel.
isn't.
and the
It's not.
hands move like
Yeah,
Lego
yeah, they do.
characters.
Yeah, but it is
because
computer graphics.
years ago that would be perfect stop motion characters.
Yeah.
Lego, easy.
Yeah.
There's way too much going on now.
It is the nod to the character though that in Lego that we all know, like when their faces and emotions change, and it is the standard Lego
Lego
emotions that
Yeah.
you all know.
Who played
Yeah.
with Lego? Do you play with Lego?
I loved Lego. Well, we know about Jack and Lego, and interestingly,
I only
Jack,
played with Lego for the first time ever was lockdown.
Taj Mahal.
I've never ever played with Lego before in my
Haven't you?
life, ever, until I became a master builder.
I got home. A master what?
Master builder.
I got home on Saturday night, and my mum was up. It was probably about half midnight Saturday night, and my mum was watching on channel 4 or 5 Celebrities' Biggest Slip-Ups, something like that. And I hope you've been paid for this,
All right.
but you were on there.
So it's not soapy slip-ups.
no,
No.
This is Celebrities' Biggest Slip-Ups,
Oh.
and it was Jack P. Shepherd building the Taj Mahal.
Was it really?
And then dropping it.
Do you know what they've obviously done?
Taking it from your
They've just
Instagram.
taken it from your Instagram
And made a TV show.
and made a fucking TV
like
show.
a whole part between
Should
an
they
ad
have a
break
page
was
for it?
just
Don't
you.
they have to?
Have they bollocks page?
Was just you.
Well,
And
I've put it on the internet for free. So
Mum was
why-
like, "Did
why do
Jack
you-
tell you he'd done this?"
Why do they need to pay me for it?
And there's loads of people commenting on it, like as in, so it's like there's loads of master interviews, and they're like, "Oh, Jack," like Scott Wright's on it, going, "Oh, what's he done? He's built it and he's dropped it." And I was watching it. You know when you think you're dreaming, and I was like, "What's
your mum?
this?
What's
You
your-
watching
what's your mum
I
watching it for?
I don't. I think she just had it on, and she was like, "Jack's just been on," and she rewound it, and I was like, "Jack's not done this. I'm telling you now, Jack
No.
wouldn't have done this." And it was a whole segment on you building Lego. And like the people who are doing the master interviews are like, "I think he needs to get a new girlfriend
Was it
after
the
that." Like,
was
they're
it- was it-
proper-
was it
they're
the
pro-
Taj drop?
The Taj,
Taj.
yeah.
That's the big one. That's,
And it's
that's,
the
the,
big
that's the one people
That's the
come
one they
for.
still talk about, even
Yeah,
the
in
people
India.
in Agra.
Even in India.
But I got to re-see.
I've seen the Taj in real life.
I got to re-see the video of Jack where he just loses his head. No, it's done. It's done. It's done. Just leave it. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Don't. And then he like throws it around. But I loved Lego. I was probably, as you can tell from me, I was more of a Playmobil kid.
I was Playmobil.
Oh,
I loved Playmobil. I
Playmobil.
loved it. I created little cities.
I had loads, yeah.
Playmobil's like the shit Lego. Isn't it?
No, it's not.
It
I'm glad you were
People are
Playmobil.
massive
Playmobil.
Playmobil.
Maybe that's why we get along.
Meccano. Yeah.
Meccano shit.
Meccano.
Which one was Meccano?
Meccano's fucking midlife
Meccano's
crisis.
Better than fucking Playmobil.
I tell you the other
Shit
one I
people.
liked, which was the one where you
Looks like
Ninjago.
it looks like fucking homework, Meccano. It looks like something he had to do.
What's it fucking Ninjago?
Ninjago shit.
What's that one?
Shite.
Shite.
What's that
What's
one?
the other ones they have? You know, it's like fucking animals.
That's
isn't
what I
it?
liked about Lego. Do you remember when on the Lego movie, going off now because it's not the Batman one,
Yeah.
but on the Lego movie where they had all the Lego that people were familiar with that played with, and then it went off and did like animal Lego that
Yeah.
people thought was shit Lego.
Yeah.
But they even addressed it in the film
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they
Yeah.
even knew.
Yeah.
They even knew it was shit.
I used to have a great selection of toys. Like I had buckets and buckets of Lego.
All of my
Buckets.
stuff was from films, so I had all the Ghostbusters, Aliens, Ninja Turtles. I had all that
I had a
stuff.
full.
Star Wars.
There was obviously like some like Playmobil, but like for vets. So I had that. I had a full animal hospital. I can't remember what that one was called. It might have been called Animal Hospital.
Yeah, could have been. Could have been.
Is it a long shot?
Had the full set for that.
That's hospital.
I used to have things where you build like roller coasters and like Catherine wheels and stuff.
Right, what has this got to do with
You
Ben,
went
Ben
back-
asked me
you
about
went back
Lego, and
there.
I wanted to go back to my childhood, and I was
And
just
they're
going
still in
back
my
to
bedroom.
my childhood. Yeah,
So
still playing
Batman,
now.
basically, he gets a fan, doesn't he? He gets this little fanboy who...
Robin.
Well, it's an orphan.
Robin.
Orphan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who he accidentally adopts.
Yeah, because his mind's on other things. isn't it?
His mind's on love. So basically, it's a tale of Batman that everyone who's familiar to the Batman stories, we know that Bruce Wayne, Batman, has never had a family after the death of his parents, blah, blah, blah. It's always been him and Alfred the butler. But Lego Batman...
Bit creepy.
When Joker looks at that airline pilot made me laugh because his face looks really grimacy. He goes,
Yeah.
and he
And
goes,
he's gone.
"You're meant to be scared."
and he's not.
And he's
Right at the
not.
beginning.
It just made me laugh. The way he does that makes me laugh. They've obviously got the best bits, haven't they? Of the bits where they've thought, that's a bit shit.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
and taking the piss out of
And
it.
taking the piss out. Because behind that backstory, he goes to the orphanage, he adopts Robin, but then he can't really relate to Robin. It's all about Batman not being able to
And have a
relate to
family.
anyone.
Yeah, and not be able to have a family. And he kind of decides that maybe I can.
Well, he's a
maybe-
billionaire. He paints the picture that he's a billionaire and he's got a great life.
And he's brilliant.
But he goes home and he's alone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's got no
The
one
best shot in the film, without a doubt, is the microwave shot.
there. Brilliant. Like,
With
just
different
20
lobster
seconds on him.
thermidor.
But the light is just going round.
20 seconds just on him watching
Just
the
on
microwave.
him watching. I thought that is unbelievable filmmaking. Bing! And he's got
Gets
this
his
lobster.
meal, sits
Yes.
down, eats it, puts
Yeah.
on Jerry Maguire.
Yeah. In his
Yeah.
own.
That laugh, by the way, is the director laughing.
Oh, really?
Not Will Arnett.
Oh, isn't it?
So they needed a laugh from Will Arnett, but because he has to do that raspy Batman voice, hello, I'm Batman, like that, he couldn't keep that up for like 4 hours, 5 hours in a studio. So to do something like a laugh or to sing in that raspy voice after he'd done 4 hours, he couldn't get it. So he went, I'll come back and do it later. So the director, what's the director called? Chris McKay, is it?
Yeah.
He did the laugh and he would delete his laugh later and put in Will Arnett's when he got it.
But they
But then
left
when
it
they
on.
put it together, they went, oh, it's fucking funny with my laugh. They went, we'll just leave mine in. So every time he's sat in that cinema and he goes, yeah, and he does that, that's the director laughing, not
that's
Will
good.
Arnett. Yeah.
First song, a bit shit.
Which one?
When he takes them all on in the power plant on his own.
It's that
and he's
Feel
like,
Forever.
no, when he goes, first, let me sing a song. And it's like a version of na 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 na
Yeah,
na.
yeah,
Batman. And that I was like, oh, fuck, this might.
Oh, is it the first time you'd seen it? Had you not seen it?
I've
yet?
not seen it. No.
Ah.
Why would I have watched it?
I watched
know.
it.
You've
but I've
watched-
got,
you've
kids,
watched
haven't I?
Over the
Watched it with
Hedge.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, first time I'd watched it. It was on Sky. I watched it on Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, God, when he did that song. But then, obviously, it moved.
It's the gags. It's the
the
adult
gags.
gags. that
Yeah,
gets
I
you
mean,
through
it does. And there's loads in it. Even, like, the base levels of characters, obviously, the ones that
Like
Superman
Robin's
sent
costume, how
up.
it's a bit shit, and it's the one from the 60s.
Well,
And, and he has to take his
Hey,
pants
oh,
off.
well, this
How
is
he-
it right on. And then he goes, hey, no pants, I like it.
how it's his isn't it his Mexican like feet?
Yeah.
Like how he's got, and I love the nod to the Daleks, like
Yeah,
how
yeah.
random.
English robots.
Yeah,
That's what
Yeah,
they
yeah,
say.
There's some
yeah.
evil English
Yeah.
robots.
King Voldemort's in
Yeah,
it, even though
Voldemort's in
Ray
there.
Fiennes is playing Alfred.
And Eddie Izzard is playing Voldemort.
Yeah,
Well, you're not
Izzard
going to
was
play.
Voldemort.
You
Eddie
wouldn't
Izzard.
play Voldemort, though, would you?
couldn't.
No, but also it was a small part when he only said one line.
Yeah.
He kept saying, exploded armor.
but
yeah,
he
yeah.
kept
Over
saying
and
it
over.
wrong, didn't he? He kept saying like wrong spells.
Yeah.
Did he?
It was just there was just a lot in it. It was just very
Yeah.
very.
That's
funny.
the thing. There's a lot in there. You could do a rewatch of that. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
And you'd see,
Yeah.
because
you'd
you see
hear
something
different
else.
things, 'cause
Yeah.
the dialogue's so quick
Yeah.
that you're going to miss things.
Yeah.
And stuff that's going on in the background. Like, I watched there's a waiter at that ball and he dropped a plate full of like full of fish
Did
and he's like
he?
trying,
Did he?
and he was but his hands couldn't pick it
Stuff
up.
like that.
Stuff like that you don't
It's
see.
very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
The choir was singing a Michael Jackson song, "Man in the Mirror," and they're going, "Shamon, Shamon."
And when he kept saying these really famous quotes and he kept changing them to Batman,
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
he'd say something like, "I'm going to make a change with the man in the mirror," and
Yeah,
it'd say
yeah.
Michael Jackson would be like, "That's from me."
Yeah, that's me as well. That's
Yeah.
Batman. That's me.
Just very clever. And like I say, first time I'd watched it and it had plenty in there.
Yeah.
I like it when when he says to Joker, he says, basically, you mean fuck all to me. I don't like you, and I don't like you. Go away type thing. And he goes, we have no relationship. And then as he disappears, Batman, Joker's left crying on those fucking balloons, and he starts crying and he just floats away. I was just laughing at that.
Joker's very good.
Joker's very good.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Very good.
It's Zach Galifianakis. Is that what he's called?
Galifianakis.
Galfungus. That's him
From the
from
Hangover.
Hangover.
Yeah.
But the thing between two ferns. Have you never seen that when he interviews people? Between two ferns.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brad Pitt and
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. He asks him like a weird question.
Really hard questions,
Yeah.
like really pointed ones.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for your looks, do you think you'd
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
multi-million-pound success that you are?
Do you think this film needed a solid storyline, or do you think it just
Well, everyone knows the storyline.
Well,
I think that's the point the
yeah.
film's making
it
at the
went
beginning.
for the classic Batman versus Joker?
Yeah,
But also with undercurrent of he's never been able to form any kind of relationships at all. When
he
he
never
finds a
solves the
relationship,
crimes; he just saves the day.
and then once he does when he does start trusting people, they can all do it together, kind of cheese.
Yeah.
But below that, I think you're watching it for everything else, aren't you?
Mm.
Like when they have to form a bridge.
yeah.
Pull
The
themselves.
Yeah, and then
Lego
they go,
rocket. Yeah, and
It's
he
like-
clicks instantly and
Yeah,
everything's fine.
everything's
Yeah,
fine.
and he's like, Joker, we need to work together. To
Yeah,
get this,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then we can continue to be enemies.
So there's some really good bits. There's a lot of nods to films, a lot of
Yeah.
shots
A lot
they've
of
used
nods
from
to
film.
films.
Yeah.
Right, should we take a quick break and then rate it before it gets too hot in this studio?
Yes.
The three of us are sat here like we're in a sauna now, aren't we? It's warm.
I've just got a towel on.
Yeah.
It's toasty. I've
Ben's
gone toga.
naked. Ben's completely
toga.
naked. I'm still wearing a hoodie.
Full Roman.
I've gone full Roman amphitheatre. I've got grapes and wine.
Lego Batman, audience choice. Who wants to start us off with a rating?
I like this film. I like this film when it came out. I saw it with the kids, I believe. I prefer Lego Movie 1. But I think I prefer this to Lego Movie 2. But all them three are really good. I think the actors are really good. The gags are brilliant. And like Ben said, I think it is layered. I think there's a lot you could get from it on like the rewatch.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 7.6.
Interesting. Interesting. Solid 7 for me.
I preferred it on the rewatch. When I
you?
watched it on my own without the kids.
Were you dreading watching it? Because I was dreading. I was
completely.
dreading. I was dreading
I
watching
remember seeing one, and I think it's Lego Movie 2, which I was like, this is shit. It's not as good. But then as soon as he started with the all good films need to start with, I was like, oh, this is mint.
Yeah.
Because we were told at work together, we were told that it wasn't that good.
Were we?
Jane Danson said that the Lego movie's good, Lego Batman's not that good. So I was dreading watching it, and then I was like, this is really,
I think it was good.
really
It's
easy to watch.
really worth a watch. I loved
Yeah.
the second watch. I thought, as that kind of film could be awful. Lego Batman could
Yeah.
be awful.
Yeah.
I'm going, I can't go 7 because it's more than a 7. It's an 8.
Wow.
I think
Wow.
I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like, I thought, easily would be a good watch with your kids or on your own. It's quite a laugh.
22.6, is that right?
Well, is it above High Tension?
It's above High Tension.
Is it?
Wow.
Is it? Mr. Turd?
It is interesting. It's not the most popular listener choice.
Interesting.
that? Blended.
No, Gone Girl. Gone Girl is just above it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so is Inside Out.
Okay,
just.
fine. I think that's fine. Lego Batman.
Yeah.
So it's in there,
think that's fine.
22.7.
Very good.
Before we find out what we're watching next week, which is my film and it is my last choice of the series.
Get
Yes.
Jack, Hidden Gem Time. You got in touch with me and Ben this week to tell
did.
us what you had. We told you to change it. So what have you changed it to?
So my hidden gem this week, it's a series, brand new. It's on Apple. So
Okay.
if you've got Apple, you'll find it on there. I think it's about 8 eps. It's called The Last Thing He Told Me. Have you seen it?
Nope.
It's Jennifer Gardner. And that guy who supports Leeds, who was in Game of Thrones, do you remember him?
Ralph.
Nikolai.
The
something.
Costa Wilder.
The Norwegian actor.
That's it. Ben's got him.
Isn't he Danish?
Danish actor.
Norwegian, Danish. It's all same area in it. Finland, Denmark.
Nice guy by all accounts. Great
bet he
voice.
is.
He supports Leeds.
He does.
Big Leeds fan.
Randomly.
Big Leeds fan.
Massive
He won't
Leeds.
now, will he?
He won't now, will he, Heck? Anyway, he's in it. And basically, them two are a married couple. He's got a daughter from a previous relationship, but he's the mum of the daughter's dead. So he's brought the girl up. She's about 14, 15, right? She doesn't get on with the stepmom, which is Jennifer Garner.
Right.
They're all fine.
Yeah.
He writes her a note to his wife. It's got his wife's name on it. She opens it up and it says, protect her. And he means the daughter. And then he goes missing. He disappears. She sees on the news that his business has fallen. He'll owe millions because he
Faked
works
his
for
own
like some
death.
corporate thing. The FBI are coming after him. He's all over the news that he's gone missing, blah, blah, blah. And she's sort of like trying to find him. She's getting questioned. What's this? Then it turns out he might not be who he says he is.
Sounds
And-
good.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's about 8 episodes. I think it's a book originally.
Very
Apple
good.
TV.
Apple TV.
Apple
good.
TV make good stuff. I
Yeah,
might,
it's good.
yeah.
It's good.
I've just.
If you need summer, give it a go. I think
short
each
summer.
ep as well, it's about 35 minutes
Perfect.
long. So there you go.
Wow.
So it's not your hour to
8
commit
hour-
now.
Perfect,
You get through them
perfect.
half
I
an
like
hour,
that,
35,
half hours.
35, 40 minutes, done.
I've got 2 eps left of The Last of Us. It's taken me a while to get around to watching that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Has taken me a while. So I need something new.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
So now I've got
Perfect.
something new. Last choice at series, lads.
Yes.
Last choice at series.
He's going to go big.
Do you know what? People say I've been chasing ratings. People
Buckle up.
say this and that. So this is a film that I grew up watching. But it's
always
no,
already
it's
has
not.
a smell
It's a
of
shit.
poo.
No, I think you
about
I
it.
think you need to give me a chance because
It's also known as shit pie.
you
Which I'm
both will,
serving to you cold.
you both will know it, but I don't know what your reaction will be to the film. But this weekend is the last weekend of the football season, and it looks like mine and Jack's beloved Leeds United could be getting relegated to the Championship. I mean, it looks that way.
Oh, it's going to be.
And I thought, what better way to watch than by watching
Not Jimmy Grimble.
The Damned United?
Oh, okay.
There we
That's not
go.
bad,
I thought it'd be a mixed bag.
That's not
I
bad.
thought it'd be mixed bag.
That's not bad at all. Got you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Michael Sheen.
yeah. The Damned United.
Very good.
The story of Brian Clough at Leeds. So that's my final choice of the series.
Interesting.
Of series 7.
7.
Final choice of series 7. As we come into the last round, it'll be the last few jobs we have to give out on the Patreon. As we come to the end of series 7, that means it is the last few opportunities to get a job in the Sofa Cinema Club HQ/movie studio/cinema by joining us.
/ whatever the fuck you want. There's no rules.
By joining us on
We're
Patreon.
a big church, aren't we?
Yeah.
Everyone's welcome.
Ben's slowly coming back onto the board, isn't he, Jack? He's been
Yeah.
trying to get
Every now and
involved.
again he thinks.
Every now and again, I need
take
to
the
wade in
reins.
and bring some order to this company.
And he sat in on this week's meeting, which was really nice to have you back, actually,
Yeah.
Ben. I think we've missed him in the boardroom.
Yeah.
We had Nancy, CEO, on Zoom, and
Yeah.
we basically said, look, we've got
I'm the Alan Sugar of the board, I
Yeah,
feel.
yeah, yeah.
we've got 2 jobs that we need to give out. And coming up at the end of this year is our charity ball. And we always put a charity ball on a Sofa Cinema
We
Club.
do. We're known for that.
We invite all of our friends, our family, all of our employees come. Each department has a table. They all get together. And it's a big fundraiser and it's a really good reason behind it. We had a chat with various different people.
What's
we had a
the
chat with the
reason behind it?
catering. The reason behind it this year is to raise money because we've taken on too many employees.
Raising money to pay him.
Pay him. But basically, the big thing is what was the menu? Because obviously the menu always changes further and further. And normally to start, we'd have a soup. But this year, we've decided that we're going to have ham hock. And the head of ham hock
that's shite.
goes to Meg Hock.
Meg Hawk.
Meg Hawk
Meg
is
Hawk.
head of Hawk.
Head of Ham Hawk.
Head of Ham Hawk.
Head of Ham Hawk. Meg Hogg.
Poor
Meg Hawk.
Meg Hogg, head of Hog. Hold on, someone else has joined in here. Oh.
Okay. Do you remember we have those?
This is shite.
This is shit.
This is shit.
Is
Do you remember?
absolute-
Once someone says to you, do you remember? You know it's shit.
This is shit.
This is shit.
Do you remember we had those horse wranglers, didn't we?
We
When
did,
we were doing
yeah.
all
We've got a
of
blacksmith,
Westerns.
we've got a
Out
lot.
in the
of-
Wild
Yeah, we've got all
West.
that, the whole Wild West department now.
Yeah.
Well, because you know, like whenever you see police men and women on horses, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
And I'm always the amount of shit that comes out the horses. Have you seen them all on the
Yeah,
road?
yeah.
All yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got a shit shoveler, and it's Helen Shaw. She's
Shuffling.
she's got to go for all the horses.
It's a vital role within
in the garden.
within any cinema, film studio. It's a vital role.
is.
They're two very big roles. They are two
Shit
massive.
shoveler is
Yeah.
good in the cinema.
And head of
Someone does his shit.
She
Where's
shovels
Helen?
it.
what
Yeah.
if
Helen
you were
Shaw.
applying for a job, Ben? Would you rather go for head shit shoveler or head of ham hock?
Well, head of Ham Hock, you're not going to go shit shoveler, are you? Head of Ham Hock, you're going to go. Easily the best one has been Nancy with CEO.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a dream.
knows
She
what-
does it all by Zoom. Never turns up. No one's ever seen her. She's dreamland.
If you think that you want to get in on the action and get yourself a job before Series 7 closes to an end, it's really easy to do. Go on over to www.patreon.com/Sofa Cinema Club. We tonight, believe it or not, seeing as it's nearly 10:30, are recording this month's Patreon special, aren't we,
We are.
boys?
So you get a special app, don't you? But we are thinking
It's going to change Patreon, isn't it?
it's going to change. We're going to ramp it up a bit. We're
Now
going to
is-
start offering you more.
Yeah.
Yeah, get on it now, because when we start Series 8, Patreon's stepping up a level.
Yeah. And we might have an announcement about what we're doing between series this time, aren't we?
Interesting.
Little tease, which we might tease first on Patreon. Hello.
And on that teased note, we will see you back on Monday for Sofa Cinema Club Extraterrestrial. And in the meantime, make sure you watch The Damned United ready for Thursday's episode.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.